Heyo, all you pups and wolves out there. Today we will be doing Fear, the first game. And I did try to stream it on, I think it was Monday. No, I was busy on Monday and Tuesday, so it was Wednesday. That's what it was. I did get a decent amount pretty far in the game, but it's the kind of situation that things didn't go right, I guess. So, and it doesn't bother me because I didn't upload the video on YouTube or anything like that. So I don't mind starting all over on Fear 1. So that is the game we are going to be doing today. Huh. Interesting. Like I said, I'm still doing, yeah. That's something I gotta deal with. Sorry, it's just something I noticed. They're just explaining the whole when people subscribe and the rewards that you can give to viewers and stuff like that. That I do actually have to go through and shit like that. But at the moment, it's not something I'm going to worry about because I don't have a huge viewership yet. Okay. But when that time does come, I will definitely have rewards and stuff like that once that time comes around. But at the moment, I'm not a huge streamer, so I'm not going to worry about that shit. I'm not going to try and endorse it or force it onto people. Because I'm a type of person who doesn't. Hold on. Sorry, there was a teapot in the background. Figure you guys didn't want to hear that. So, like I was saying, is that once I get more viewership, yeah, I will have stuff like that. It's just disgusting. Discussing. Not disgusting. Discussing. uh, excuse me. Whew. So, trying to figure out where I last left off before the key, sorry, the tea, kettle went off. Tea, sorry. Um, blah, blah, blah. Plus, it doesn't help that I smoke. Let's see. Oh yeah, about that. I just allowed the viewership to choose if they want to subscribe or not because that is their choice. I am not here to force it upon you and tell you to subscribe to me because that is your choice. Because I believe in equality and that everybody has their own choice to make. I'm not here to convince you to be one of my subscribers. I'm here just to enjoy my what I'm doing. Like it's basically a hobby that I grew up on since I was a fucking kid, and I'm fucking 38. So, and that's fine. Doing something you enjoy that you're passionate about, and why not stream it is fine. You know, it's more of a hobby than a job. Even though I do need a job after thank God my injury is finally healing and stuff. So, uh, that I do have an injury. I do mention in other videos that I really messed up my right side. So, like about right here, right underneath the rib cage, it's called a Crohn. Was it Costco Chronteritis? That's what it is. Always screw up the name, but at least I'm pretty close. But yeah, it's a pulled muscle underneath the rib cage, and it's taken years to heal. So, and that's one thing that sucked, because it prevented me from working, and that didn't help. So now I'm flat broke until I can actually get a job. But for me to get a job, I need to actually start exercising now to get my side strengthened up finally. Hoping it doesn't come with issues. But we'll see what happens. Um, but for now, I am streaming full time. So that's basically what's going on my channel. Or, like I said, I would do more once I get more viewership. If the viewership goes up more, then people do actually enjoy me, then that's fine. Then I'll start focusing on that stuff, and that it will actually encourage me to go and actually find someone who can actually help out in the studio and do things for me while I stream and shit like that, including helping to editing and doing graphics designs and shit like that. Even coming up with their own music would be great because I'll be in charge of that shit because by heart, I always felt like I could be a musician, so that's something I would take on for myself and do a lot of practicing and understanding all sorts of instruments, to digital music, everything. Because I would actually put a lot of passion into that. So that gives you an idea of what's going on over here at Dire Wolf's Den Studio. Like I said, a lot of work needs to be done. For now, it's just a hobby for people to enjoy if they want to jump in and watch. That's up to them, kind of deal. But for now, like I said, it's whatever at this point. I am going to be doing a video on Silent Hill 2 Remake and my thoughts on Silent Hill 2. I'm just finishing off what's left of the game so I can get the rest of the footage that I need. So I can start doing my video and stuff. So, and honest opinion, playing Silent Hill 2 Remake is a fucking chore. It really is. The first time it was fine, the second time is a fucking chore. It wears and tears me down on me. It's not something that I'm like, holy shit, I'm fucking enjoying this game. I'm playing this game from beginning to end, non-stop, No, it's a fucking chore. Alright? And I will be explaining that in the video that will be called Silent Hill 2 Remake's Pros and Cons. Alright? Because I do need to talk about the good things about the remake that I do enjoy. Like I said, I'm not dissing on the Silent Hill 2 remake or anything like that. I'm not saying it's a horrible game to begin with. I'm just saying that this is the best way I can describe how people are reacting to the Silent Hill 2 remake. Alright, it's a swing and a hit. It's definitely a swing and a hit. But we only got to second base. And everybody's cheering, acting like we hit a fucking home run with this fucking game. It's like, no, we only made it to second base. Another hand is saying that, yes, it is a hit, but there are elements that are missing in the game. Why we didn't make it to home run? Because there are issues in the game, okay? But, like I said, second base is not bad, people. That is an achievement. So, and right now, because of the whole community towards Silent Hill 2, they want to take third base. Like, they want to steal third base, but right now you are on second base. I'm sorry. Okay, the game is really good. It does reach out to new audience. Definitely towards the modern audience. They did say this is towards the modern audience. And that is true. I actually do see it. And a lot of people think that because modern audiences has to deal with woke genre stuff. No, it isn't. Modern audiences just means what is gaming to this day. Okay, what is the modern audience to this day and what they enjoy? Hello? So, like I was saying, Silent Hill 2 Remake, holy shit, what they did achieve is amazing. Okay? By game standards to this day. Like I said, the gamers that enjoy the games nowadays. Okay? That's modern audience. I'm sorry. It's not has to do with woke shit. It's just what people play nowadays. What do they enjoy nowadays? That's what modern means is present than what the audience enjoys to this present day. You see? So when I say yes, it does go to the modern audience because look how many people enjoy the game. Alright, so that's the modern audience. That is true. Okay, but when it comes to a Silent Hill concept, I gave it 6 out of 10, maybe lower. You know, might go to 5 out of 10. Alright, because it's not the true spirit of Silent Hill. Yes, it is, but at the same time, it isn't. That's why I'm saying it got to second base. That's as far as it got. The rest that they missed was it had to do with psychological horror now. Okay? And that was the key right there. That's the key to making Silent Hill feel Silent Hill. Alright? And because they remove and change things around, it took the psychological horror out of the game. For instance, exploration. All right, exploration was a huge part of the game. Yes, that you can explore and shit, but you're still trapped in a one-way direction. You're on set on a one-way pathway. It is not an open exploration if it's a one-way pathway. Okay? You go from point A, point B, point C to point D. Then from once you get to point D, then you can explore the town of Silent Hill a bit. But then we're back to the same routine. That's why people found the apartments, the hotels, I mean the hospital, the hotel. Let's see. Trying to figure out what else did we had. That was more billing like. Oh yeah, the historical society museum that led to the prison that led to the labyrinth. All these designs were. It's not complicated. It's just tedious because you're just put through this one direction of doing things. You know, the clues were set out there right in front of you. Again, giving you a set pathway of doing things. And I had a problem with that. Major, major problem with that shit. Because that's not Silent Hill. Silent Hill is an open exploration game where you're supposed to go look for this shit. To figure out where you're supposed to go and shit like that. You know, to increase the fear factor of the game that you do not know what you are doing and how to do things. You see? You have to discover that. That's self discovery. All right, so self discovery was one of the elements that was missing to the open exploration, with the open exploration itself. Okay, so it didn't help with the psychological horror aspect. Like I said, going into the open streets, don't know where you're going, dealing with a lot of monsters on the street. To be honest, I cleaned up the streets. I cleaned up the hospitals. I cleaned up the apartments, the hotel, everything. Just to show you how scary the game is, okay? And said that, holy shit, I should be fearing for my life, but here I'm not. So the removing the open exploration doesn't help for the fact that, you know, you do need to run away from these monsters. Okay? Then they add the dodge mechanic. Totally didn't help with the fear factor of saying that you shouldn't. If you're going in, if you get yourself into a dangerous situation, expect bad shit to happen to you. Okay? It didn't feel like that. And someone brought up that these Silent Hill nightmarish monsters are forced on you to fight. When it shouldn't be. Yes, they should be forced upon you, but also that you are put in a position of fear to run away and hide. Okay? That's an element that was needed. Okay, that's the whole purpose of the flashlight on and off, is to get the enemies off your fucking back when you're in the building. Okay, so you can go hide somewhere. That helps with the fear factor. Okay, but when you're over here dodging every enemy's attack, that doesn't fucking help. It doesn't help with the open exploration either, because you have to run. But if you're on a set pathway, that means the enemies are forced upon you, and there isn't really anywhere to go besides backtracking. That doesn't help the fear factor, okay? Especially if you didn't clean shit up, you're going to run back into those same enemies. Where open exploration gives you that opportunity to go, that gives you high risk, high reward situation, because you don't know where you're going and you may run into monsters, but you can also run into certain areas that could be your safe haven, hiding spots, to finding items that can be very useful along the journey. You see, that is the fear factor I'm talking about. That was missing, alright? So, open exploration was removed. The dodge mechanic was a poor mistake, because that was a drag down for Homecoming. Let's see, what else was there? It felt like they toned down the background sound effects, and removed certain sound effects. That kind of pissed me off, because, like I said, the whole beginning was supposed to creep you out. It's supposed to make you feel eerie. That's what the footsteps are for. And they could have established the footsteps perfectly in the beginning. They could have fucking made models that would be making those footsteps. And to be honest, I think it would have been such a brilliant move if one of those footsteps was actually Eddie walking through the fucking forest going to Silent Hill. But you wouldn't know that unless you went to out of bounds. You had mods to take you out of bound environments. And then, boom, there's Eddie actually walking through the forest. It's like, dude, that's an amazing fucking detail to the game. What about if you had monsters walking out there, the lying figures walking around there, stalking fucking James. That's eerie. Stuff like that is what was needed in the beginning, okay, to enhance the creep factor, alright? When I play Silent Hill 2 Original, if you go into certain areas, hearing that sound, just that eerie sound in the background, making you feel uncomfortable, like messing with your mind psychologically. It's like, dude, I need to get the fuck out of this room. I need to go somewhere else because this shit is fucking with me. That's psychological horror at its max. Alright, and that's one of the things I do enjoy about Silent Hill 2 the most because it had the best background sound effects to make you feel eerie. Okay? And that they toned down and dimmed down that element. And it's like, dude, I don't feel anything in Silent Hill 2. Well, like I said, I felt nothing. Beat the fucking game. I'm like, no, this wasn't the scariest fucking game I ever played. Sorry. Jump scares? Yes, there's jump scares. But did Silent Hill 2 have to rely on jump scares? The original? That tells you something. Alright? I'm trying to figure out what other elements that they that needed it fixing. Besides the dodge, sound effects, and open exploration was a major missing element in this game. Someone did bring up that yes, we do need new enemy types. Would have been a great idea instead of the same three repeated over and over. Also, the monster designs did need to be better. I did like that they added the original. That's a bonus. I'm not saying that the enemy types sucked, as when it came to their model design, even though the newer ones do suck. I'm sorry. They don't look as creepy. Okay, compared to the original. Alright, and that I do love that the originals are there. That's cool. Alright, that thumbs up because that's a nod off to Silent Hill thing. Cool, you kept the original designs, but the new design, dude. Like I said, when I see the line figure with the zippers and all that shit, the first thing that comes to my mind? Bondage. Okay? Yes, I get the symbology of sexuality in it and stuff like that, but they couldn't have done so much better on the design to make bondage. If you're going to bring the concept of bondage in, then take a page out of fucking Hellraiser. Sorry. Okay, because they do a great job of bringing the horrific view of what bondage is. Not like this shit. you know. Um I do think adding more attacks to the enemy models could have helped too. Like the line figures, I think would have been a great touch if, because of how the combat mechanic is that they can get away from you, drop to the ground really fast and scurry away to safety. I think that would have been a great touch up because, for one thing, the enemy, it gives more of an AI to the enemy saying that I need to get the fuck up, go somewhere else, heal up, get back on my feet, then come back to fuck with you. That would have been a great mechanic because it would have put fear into people saying that I don't know where that line figure is, thus creating this psychological horror where he could be anywhere around the fucking corner, but in actuality he's somewhere else, But putting that fear into someone's head thinking like that, and you see what the open exploration helps with that. Um, the only model I think they did the fucking best on is definitely the fucking nurses. The nurses I do feel like are the biggest threat out of the three enemies. Um, just cause how it was designed. And that's a good thing because, you know, you don't want to fuck up the nurses. Because if you fuck up the nurses, you're going to piss off a lot of fucking Silent Hill fans. Okay. So, that's a key given. Okay. That you can't fuck up the nurses. They did a great job with the nurses. Alright. Besides, the nightmarish form of it, like I said, the originals look great, but when it comes to the newer models, it looks like they could have done better, is the best way to put it. Alright. Trying to figure out what else is there that I can think of. That's about it, because I do see people out there modding, especially when it comes to the models, the character models and shit like that. I actually have no problem with James, Laura, and Billy because I think they are the ones that look the best out of the other models. Sorry. Maria and Angela need a lot of work. Okay, I do believe James, Laura, and Billy do need some touch up. About it. Other than that, they look great. The ones that needs a major design fix is definitely Angela and Maria. That is a given fact. All right. Um, Someone did bring up the acting of Maria, and this is actually fucking hilarious. I found this fucking hilarious that the original Maria voice actor was better than the fucking remake. Ouch. I'm sorry. That means that Maria got even downplayed more. Hell no. One of the greatest characters from Silent Hill 2 original ugh, is now becoming a joke. Now, the person who plays Angela, nice. She does a great job. Okay? Billy does a great job. Like I said, Laura does do a great job. Same with James, even though I hate that fucking like fart face. Could be a much better insult, especially, you know, this is a rated M game, and why would it be a problem if a girl is very highly offensive? It would have been better because, like I said, it's a rated M game. This felt like it got censored when she says fart face. It's like, fuck. Who says fart face? I'm sorry. It's like they couldn't think of any insults because they're all adults that already make really bad insults already, so they had to think of something innocent because she's a fucking kid. Fart face. Okay. That's the best you can do. But other than that, like I said, the acting is a lot fucking better, except for Maria. Sorry, I have to exclude Maria because they, ugh. Just watch the original compared to the remake of Maria. There is a major fucking difference. Okay, so other than that, that's what I think is the missing element to Silent Hill that had to be improved on. Okay, now what they did great in the game. Okay, I actually do love the combat mechanics. I know there is ups and downs to the combat mechanics, but there's a reason why there is an up and down to the combat mechanics because of the dodge mechanic. People are adding the dodge mechanic to the combat mechanic, and that's why there is an up and down right now. When a dodge mechanic is actually separate from the combat mechanic itself. All right? It's just an add-on to the combat mechanic. It's basically a handicap for combat mechanics in Silent Hill is the best way to put it, okay? But when it comes to the combat mechanic, it's fine. Okay, yes, the auto targeting, it can be fucking annoying. Yes, that does need to be fixed, where it does need to be fixed more onto an enemy. So the auto lock needs to be much smaller of a box. The box is too fucking huge. It should not be that fucking huge for an auto lock. That's why people are having issues with it. Okay, where there's an enemy you're facing, but there's an enemy over here because its lock on is so fucking huge. It's like, no, it should not be that fucking huge to lock onto an enemy like that. Okay? You know, when you're looking at the enemy is when it should be a lock on. Not when I'm like looking over here, then get dragged way over here because the enemy is over here. It's like, that's not how lock on works. So you need tone down neither. I think it's a lock on bubble, is my fucking guess. So it's actually depending on the radius on the enemy and what is the closest enemy to you that is a threat. That's my only guess is how the auto lock on works. Okay, where it should be looking at the enemy for the auto lock on, not when you're looking away from the goddamn enemy. It doesn't work like that. Okay. The other thing that that some people have brought up that I actually do agree on is the camera angles do need to be fucking fixed. Sorry if I'm still going on about the other issues that's in the game, but this shit does need to be talked on. All right. But all right, so other than that, that's the issues I found in Silent Hill. Now let's get to the good thing. The environment's beautiful. The acting's better. Besides Maria, the combat mechanic is better. I will agree on that. Just remove dodge, and it become a much better experience. The game does, like I said, it does a great job of telling the Silent Hill 2 storyline. Okay. Even though there are certain things they changed, even though they say they wouldn't change, but even though they did change, they would stay true to the Silent Hill game itself is bullshit. I'm sorry, they did change things, like a cutscene. I'm sorry, there is one cutscene that does irritate me, but like I said, I'm saving that for another video and shit like that. Right now, I'm talking about the good shit right now. I do love that you do have to go out and search actually for bullets and health and stuff like that. That's neat. I do like the fact that James does mark things on his map now, like little details, like that is really nice. I do understand the problem with the whole animation, but I never had a problem with it because it's something I never picked up items or ammo during combat. I always waited for that shit. The only time I did find it a little frustrating was during the Maria scene and shit like that, but other than that, I had no problems with the animation of picking up objects because I wasn't putting myself in that positioning to pick up items in middle of shit. Okay, so I didn't share that pain where others did. Okay, now to solve that issue is you just gotta speed up the animation. That's it. The animation doesn't need to be that fucking slow where he has to grab it and does certain things. You can speed up the animation so it doesn't feel like it's a drag. Okay, for those who had those types of experience, I actually understand that. That sucks. Okay, but when it comes to the animation itself, I think is a great idea. It's just you can speed it up to solve that issue. You know? So there are fixes that can be fixed easily. It's just that will Blooper Team do it? Okay. Will they watch this video? Is the question. No, because this fear is called Fear Part 1. Alright, but that's just my thoughts on it, okay? So, that I will be posting this as, I'll just call it Silent Hill and my thoughts, that's it. And that I will actually come out with a review. This is just my thoughts, this is just my opinions, okay? Like I said, Silent Hill 2 isn't the remake ain't a horrible game. It is a great game to standard day games. It's one of those games that people definitely could get into and enjoy. And like I said, I'm not dissing on anybody who loves the remake. I'm just pointing out the issues with the game, but doesn't mean that I'm hating on it because I am pointing out good things that I do enjoy about the game. Like I said, the environment, the exploration to find your items. Okay, the that it stays mostly true to the storyline. Um, let's see. I do like how they did the other world. Like I said, the environment is beautiful in that game. You know, even though there are issues with the graphics, I heard from people and shit like that. My experience was frame rate issues because it would stutter and shit like that. So I had what's it called? Static issues or something like that. It's just better to say frame rate issues because that's basically what's happening is your frame rate's going is tearing and causing issues. Okay. So, other than that, I did not have any other issues that others ran into. So definitely there has to be improvement to the graphics and stuff like that. So it looks a lot more beautiful for those who play. My side, it was great. You know, I had it on standard graphics and stuff like that, so the experience was much better. I did test out the graphics on its max and shit like that, and there are issues because it causes the game to crash and shit like that. But other than that, I do like standard graphics better because it actually brings in a much darker environment. Holy shit. When you go into the apartments, when you turn off your fucking lights, pitch black. God fucking damn. Pitch black. Put on all the. Turn up my graphics all the way, put ray trace and all this shit. Holy shit, I can see everything. In the dark. Why am I seeing everything in the dark? Seriously, that's how it felt. So I think medium graphics is better. There was another person that pointed this out, Mayo, about like you can turn the icons off to give a better immersion experience, and it does. But the problem is when you do that, you do run into the issue because this is the same issue I do have with the icons on to show you where the items and shit like that are. And you have to stand perfectly and arc your camera perfectly to pick up the fucking object. So when you're turning that shit off, you if you are not standing correctly and facing your camera in the right direction, you're not going to pick up the fucking item. How are you going to know that? You know? So that shit needs to get fixed. But with that off, it does bring a better immersion experience. I have tried the normal and hard combat. I'm sorry. Yes, the enemies do have more health, but and the combat, sorry, is a bit more clanky. Uh, a little bit, but not by much. That I do notice. It it still feels the fucking same. Doesn't matter if you put it on normal or hard. It's just the same shit. Okay, it feels like the same experience, just longer. Okay, so might as well not put it on hard unless you want to put yourself through agonizing pain of playing the game longer. You know, dealing with the same shit over and over. You know, it's just longer now. That's it. That's the difference between the difficulty in this game. In the original, it was easy, normal, and hard. And there was a major fucking difference, especially when you play normal from hard because they add more fucking enemies. Whole goddamn shit, they add a shit ton of fucking enemies to get through. Okay? Holy crap. So there is a major difference when it comes to difficulty between Silent Hill 2 and the original and the remake. Definitely a difference of difficulty. Alright. Now, the reason why the item system was made in the original the way it was, why you found so much shit and stuff like that, was because of hard mode, actually. I didn't realize, holy goddamn shit, how much more enemies there are in hard mode when I played it. Okay. That's where the chainsaw comes in. But just to show you the horror factor of if you played Silent Hill 2, the original on hard mode, you would actually struggle. There is a major fucking difference between hard and normal. Fucking the remake, it's just combat difficulty. The enemies take more damage. Enemies are sometimes a bit more harder to hit. That's it. That's the difference. Great. That's the difficulty to this game. Fuck off. So, just to give you an idea. Sorry, I've been going off on the whole Silent Hill thing, and like I said, I will post this video later on today of my thoughts on it. So, other than that, like I said, this is just an opinion video. This is not like an actual video for content and shit like that. I'm just blabbering off, okay? Like I said, this is just my thoughts. Other than that, I am, like I said, streaming Fear at the moment, so I will be playing that. Other than that, for those who watch this video, I'll catch you later. If you want to watch me streaming, I am over at Direwolf's Den. Sorry, not Direwolf's Den. Sorry, White Direwolf 77 is my tagger name on Twitch. So yeah, just let you know if you want to go watch me on Twitch and shit. But I'll probably catch all you pups and wolves another time, unless you're watching. God damn it, Frost! Jesus Christ, girl, go. Gotta stop being a pain, girl. Fuck. Go! God. Go now! Bed! You're not listening, girl. Bed! Oh, that's what she popped off. Fuck. Alright. And broke it. God damn it. No! Go! Bed! Now! Frost, let's go. Bed. No. Other bed. Go. God damn it, girl. Gotta listen. She partly broke my fucking... God damn it. I was trying to tell her no the first time, and... Alright. That sucks. Alright. I mean, I could get a new cord, so that's not a problem. God damn. Alright, so like I was saying, is I'll probably catch all you pups and wolves later on if you watch my videos on YouTube, and then catch me on Twitch over at White Direwolf 77, so... Alright. None of that. Peace out.